Now, I want to talk to you about, those distractions and interruptions that we create ourselves. Oftentimes, I've done it where I know I've had things to do. I've had a goal. I had a time frame in which I had to produce or complete something. And I would procrastinate and wait till the last minute and then be rushing through it. Now, for the most part, sometimes I'm the kind of person that does well under pressure. So sometimes waiting till the so-called last minute or waiting till my, goal line, or due date was approaching works best for me. Sometimes it works best for me. However, sometimes it doesn't always do that because then you have factors, outside factors, things that happen. Like even in me, I'm traveling right now and I actually had a project outside of my work, a request that I was given. And a couple things happened. I figured I had so much time. I actually had a month until this particular project and request was due. And what, about a week ago, or a little over a week ago, I lost my voice. Now, my voice is not completely there she goes. While my voice is not completely 100%, it's much better. There goes the dog. And while, I was frustrated, I literally had that happen. I had a health scare, from a relative, from a family member. I had my sister call me about that. I had to prepare to travel. I had to facilitate all that. And then I was still working. And I was still working 2 different contracts, right? Then I was dealing with my family, my immediate family, my partner, my immediate family. So I was dealing with all this. And in the midst of all this, I had a goal line. And so of content that I wanted to create, things I wanted to say. And then I had this project. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I didn't complete the project. I didn't complete the project because I waited and waited and waited. And then when I lost my voice, I really couldn't do the project because it was important for me to be able to speak clearly. And then I got to a point where I had to travel. And it was actually due a few days ago. And I made an executive decision. I decided that I wasn't well enough to complete it. Although my body felt fine, I knew my voice, was way off at the time when it was due. And so I then sent a message to my client saying, hey, this is what's going on. It's not going to be completed by, the due date. However, if you'll give me a chance to do it again, put in the request, and I will then respond to you. I'm going to let you know when I can then complete it. Now, was I disappointed? Absolutely. Because I do not like to disappoint or not be able to deliver on what a client requests. However, I had to make a decision. And so where that falls into distraction was, I did kind of distract myself, although not intentionally, all the things going on. But those were things I actually could do something about and not at the same time. What could I have done differently? I could have actually completed the project earlier. Because while there was a due date, if I delivered it early, there wouldn't have been a penalty. And it would have been actually a good reflection on me. My client would have been happy, right? And so I say this to you, that if you are facilitating and pulling up distractions, right? Whether it be, instead of, completing some homework, or a project, or something that, you really is important to you, finishing items off your business, right? Could be buying some new inventory. Could be checking on your taxes. Could be looking at your finances, right? Whatever it is. It's better sometimes, and I've found, to do those things earlier. That way you have free time. And if you don't have the time to do it earlier, then carve out time in your day. Maybe break it up into pieces, right? And carve out time to do it. This particular project, I couldn't have really broken up in pieces, except for I could have done the actual filming and then editing, but the filming portion I wouldn't have done in pieces. Take the steps, whatever it is you have to do, and sometimes do it in pieces if possible, right? Do it early, break it up in pieces, right? Or then carve out time where you're away from all distractions. Step outside of your environment. Step outside of your home or your office. Go someplace neutral or someplace where you won't be distracted, right? Even if that means you have to rent out a space or borrow a space, right? Do it that way. And finally, what I will say to you is when it comes to distractions that you will pull up on your own, right? Things you create and manufacture. Stop and check in with yourself, right? Why is this coming up? Why am I pulling up this distraction? Why am I allowing it to happen? Is it really because you really don't want to do what it is that this task or this assignment is? I've had that happen to me. I'm going to share with you a short story. So a couple years ago when I first got to Los Angeles and got to the West Coast, I had met a mentor of mine. And while I was finding myself and finding what I wanted to do, he came to me and said, you know what, you're a great writer. And I want you to write this brochure for me. And I have a couple products. These are kind of what the products are. I'm getting the pictures taken. I want you to draft this brochure. And I want it to be luxury. I'm going to say this to you. I knew what he wanted. I didn't know how to get it from here to there. I didn't really know how to write it. And I stumbled. And I was stuck for quite some time. And I went back to him. And I gave him some drafts. And it wasn't what he was looking for. And after a while, I kind of stopped and paused. And when he would ask me about it, I was like, well, I'm still working on it. And then he said something to me. He said, do you really want to do it? I have a feeling you really don't want to do this. And when I searched myself, the answer was I didn't really want to do it. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel confident. And that's actually the main reason I didn't want to do it. So is it that you're not comfortable and confident in what you're doing? Or is it that you just don't really want to do this? This doesn't resonate, doesn't make your heart sing. So if those are the reasons, then maybe it's not what you should be doing. And if it's something that you need to complete, that you've taken on, then find the space within yourself to push up your confidence, to push up your, comfortability, and know that you're awesome, that you got what it takes and you can do this. And if not, then ask for help, right? That's another way to do it. So, distractions, interruptions are all a part of life. But you can grow through it. You can get past it. You can triumph. You can get things done, right? If you find out, looking at what the interruption and distraction is coming from, why it's there, and how to facilitate and maneuver around it, over it, and through it. So I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you so much for your time. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, like it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what kind of distractions or interruptions are you facing today, and how do you plan to, get through it, around it, or past it. Okay? Share that with me, please. And then if you like more content like this, please subscribe to the channel, and also click the link in my bio and come and join my free VIP group. It is free, absolutely free. All I want from you is your energy, right? And we're going to give back to you, the community, to encourage, to inspire, to engage, and to remind you of the greatness that lies inside of you. So thank you so much for your attention. I appreciate you. Until next time, you have a wonderful day.